everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. And my name is Tandra, and today we're going to do a tarot pick-a-pile card reading on what is next in love for you. And there will be 4 piles to choose from. There will be one here that has the pink and white rose, one that has the yellow flower or goldish color, one that has the purple and white, and one that has the white rose. Okay, and when you go to choose which one that you would like to see the best, go by your gut instinct and whichever one is drawing you to the most. Not by how much light is on it or color or other things, but just whichever one your heart gets pulled to. We will give you a moment or two here in a moment to reflect on the piles and kind of pick. You are welcome to watch more than one if you feel inclined to do so. The timestamps will be in the description that will tell you where each pile will start. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free, and when you subscribe, you can hit the bell icon, and that way you can be notified of any future videos that we put out. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends, because that'll really help out the channel. All right, we'll give you a moment or two to reflect, and we'll see you at your pile. Hello, Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. And let's see what's next in love for you guys today. All right, we've got the Hermit, the 4 of Wands, the Fool, the Empress, the 2 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, Justice, Justice again, the Star, the 9 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, okay, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. Okay, give me just a moment here and let me see what I can reflect on. I've noticed, I think there's a little bit of emotional stuff going on, but I'm not sure exactly what that pertains to just yet. So give me just a second here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I kind of sense that some of y'all have had some recent worries and problems and troubles in the romance department and in your love life. So much so that I feel like you may have even closed yourself off to the idea of love. I kind of feel like you've had some losses, or at least some things that didn't go real well, or you ever hear the idea of spilt milk, or things that spill out and you kind of lose. I get that with the 5 of Cups card here. I feel like emotionally you guys have felt kind of like you've lost something in the area of love, like it's kind of drained away from you or spilt when it shouldn't have. But it's kind of interesting here in this particular 5 of Cups cards, because it is spilled and they're empty, but you notice how there's stuff growing in the garden. There's some weeds and some things, but there's mostly flowers and some other stuff. So she's looking on in despair and kind of worried, but also it looks like there's new growth coming out of that. And I feel like you guys might be in that situation as well. We do have some emotional cards that go along with this, but these are very ones that I think show that maybe you have matured emotionally due to these heartaches, or I'm not even sure they were really heartaches as far as, deep soul wounding type of heartaches. I think it's more of things just haven't worked out very well. You haven't had maybe the best relationships yet. You're still hopeful that that may happen. You have learned some things from the relationships that you've had. uh, Learn more about yourself. You've learned more about spirituality, and what love truly means. And that loving yourself is important because you have to love yourself first before you can learn to love anybody else. And I think if you haven't quite learned that lesson yet, or if you're still in the energy of feeling the loss, or whatnot has happened or taken place yet, then the Hermit card would be good for that because I think it's a good renewal for you. I think it would be a way for you to reflect on these types of things, reflect on what's happened in the past, and grow and learn to love yourself, because I really feel like that's important for some of you, that you have taken what has happened in the past and some of the things that have been said to you by maybe partners or other things, and you've taken them to heart, and maybe a little bit more so than should be quite honest, because you're very valid. You're a very valid person, and the Hermit will come out with a lot more wisdom and a lot more knowledge. And also, you have two Justice cards here, and Justice isn't just about somebody getting justice for things they've done and that kind of thing, but it's a balance type of card. It's learning to have balance in your life, because that's what these scales are for. You notice how in this one it's got the fall leaves, but then over here it has like the spring harvest and that kind of thing, and we're showing winter and that, but yet we're showing summer over here. So there's a balance. There's a balance between certain areas of your life, and that maybe I feel like you all have maybe started to put a little bit of energy into. Okay, it's kind of interesting. We have Pentacles cards, which deal a lot with business and finances and that kind of thing, but they also can deal with your body and your health and things like that. And this card is also another intuitive card. It's another, I feel like you guys are very intuitive and very sensitive souls, very sensitive people. And maybe that's where the whole idea that you pulled some energy into you that maybe you shouldn't have in the past, because you are so sensitive, and maybe, just the slightest things being said to you, y'all could take to heart and that kind of thing. But being sensitive is okay and all, because you're also very loving, and you have a lot of love to give and a lot of that kind of thing, and you're very intuitive. And I think if you learn to give balance to your life, and be more balanced in your things, because I think in some instance you all may have pulled away from love and maybe put your energies into other areas of your life, including work and other things, and maybe have pulled a little far that direction. But I think maybe you're ready to pull back and maybe get some balance again. I don't think you've done it maybe to your detriment. I think you've learned from it. So I don't think it's necessarily been a bad thing. And we also have the two here, which, look at this youthful energy here. But it's also a partnership. So I think, they're both, the kids are very happy. They each have a pentacle. They're seesawing back and forth. It's a balance type of card again. And I think you all can learn to get balance in your love life, along with balance of other things in your life, because then I think you're going to feel better about your relationships and the things that you have. Because then, look, we've got the Fool here, which I always like to call the adventurer or the traveler, and the idea is new ideas, running out and seeing new adventures, seeing what you can find and what's out there in the world. And I think maybe y'all are ready to do that after this hermit phase that you go through. You'll be ready to go on this new journey, and I think that that's going to be good, because you've learned to give balance in your life. You've learned to be an apprentice. You've learned to create things. You've learned about nature. You've learned about yourself. you've got these wonderful balanced energies here, and then we have this youthful energy here with the Six of Cups. But we also have the Four of Wands, another huge creative energy. Like I said, you guys are very emotional, creative souls. But this is also a celebratory card. This is also that you all can celebrate your joys with family and friends and other things. So even if things haven't worked out in your love life the way you would have wanted it to yet, or whatever, I do feel like if you learn to balance those areas of your life, take advantage of family and friends and emotional needs that you can get from that, and get that youthful energy back again. And emotionally, I think you can fulfill your needs. And so a new romance or a new person in your life can fulfill those needs a whole lot better than what has been done in the past so far. So, and like I said, it's very important. I keep hearing over and over again, learn to love yourself. Make sure that you love yourself in this, because it's hard for other people to love us if we don't love ourselves yet. And it's also hard for us to love other people if we don't love ourselves, because that's the first learning that we can do, is learn to love ourselves, because then we learn what love truly is and what it's out there available for us. We do have a little bit of oracle cards here and some charms I think we might pull out and see if there's any other messages we might get for you guys here, because I really, really feel like you all need to learn to get with your inner intuitive magical self and your inner nature, and learn to love yourself and go out and even with the journey here, I feel like you're on a journey right now to discover yourself, and I think that that is something that you guys need to focus on right now, is learn to discover yourself and who you are, and then the world will be at your fingertips, and love and everything else will be there. Everything you would ever want in love will be there if you can go on this journey and get this balance that you all need. Okay, let's see if there's another card that wants to come out here and give us any future. Maybe not. Not sure. Oh, there's one. Alright, let's see what this one is. Happy family. Okay, so that is beautiful, because it's showing a beautiful family here. They've got rainbows. It's the four energy again, so it's the whole family balanced energy. It's happiness. It's home life, and so I see that. I see we've got the four here, and this is a family of sorts, celebrating, and then this is a family. So I see that as your family is such an important part of your life and needs to be an important part of your life. But it's also, for some of you, I see it as a future that is a possible future for you if you learn some of these other lessons and these other things. Let's see what we might have charm wise here. See if there's anything else we might. Last few messages here for what we might need to learn and love here. Oh, we got quite a few here. Let's see. Got a few cards. Okay, we got the Queen of Spades, the Six of Spades, and another Nine of Clubs, which would be Wands. We have an S and an A. Hope. There we go. I like that one. And the Mermaid and the Kitty. Oh, and Cupid. See, we got Cupid's arrow. Look at that. That's perfect for a love reading. And hope. So don't give up hope. If you guys have had some problems in the past, let's see if we can focus on this a little bit better. We got the Six of Spades, which is a swords card, but it's another six energy. And I think it has to do with knowledge is power, because spades definitely deal with knowledge and other stuff. And the six is more of the balanced energy. It's more of giving love and hope and those types of energies to your family. So I think that kind of goes along with the family thing. The Queen of Spades, once again being the queen, you will have reached the full knowledge that you need and get the full, and that's power, okay? And that's really, really important. That also could mean that you're Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or it might pertain to, if this is you, you might be a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini possibly, but maybe not. Then, of course, we have the Nine of Clubs again, which deals again with your passions and your creativity. And this goes along with the Nine of Pentacles really well, too. So I see you guys have been on this journey, and your passions and all are very high and very strong, and they're reaching a fulfillment point. Okay? And that's great, because then we've got Hope and Cupid here, which is great. We also have a Mermaid, which I see as a transformation. So you guys have been going through this transformation of who you thought you were, and who you truly are, and I think that that's a good thing. And then, of course, we have this wonderful little kitty here, which uh, cats are very much full of knowledge and power, but they're also very cute and fulfilling, and make us smile. And also, cats are very self-aware, and I think that that's once again something you all need to be, is self-aware. You all need to learn about yourselves, and I think you've been on this journey, and I think you're still continuing on this journey, and I think it's going to help you find love in the future. So don't give up hope. And then we have SA. Those could be initials of somebody or you, or they could mean something else. So whatever kind of comes to your mind when you see those might help you out in that. Okay, I think that's all we have for Pile 1 today. Remember, if you like the reading, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, tell your friends, share this video with them. Check out our other videos that are on the channel. We do have several timeless readings that you might want to watch, and we'll see you for any future readings. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. And let's see what might be next in love for you guys. All right, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Two of Chalices, the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Sun card. Ooh, this looks good. Okay, Ten of Swords. Put that up here with 7. The Seven of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, which can go up here, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. So, we got 2 Seven of Wands. Okay. Wow. Okay, I think that in the past, you all have been betrayed in love. Okay? I feel like you've been stabbed in the back. You've, almost had your heart ripped out, or you've had a very disastrous relationship, or very, just not a very, very good relationship in the past. Okay? I feel like you have had to, with the Seven of Wands cards, I feel like you've had to go on the defensive. You've had to prepare your fortress almost, and have your wand at the ready to fight off anything. So I feel like you guys are kind of gone through some battles. You've gone through, we've even got the Seven of Swords along with the Seven of Wands. And look, he's getting all these swords. He's, coming away from the camp. It's almost like in this particular Seven of Swords cards, instead of, sometimes with this energy, you would think, maybe they're getting away with something and being sneaky or whatever. But I feel like in this case, it's more like, you feel like you've got to prepare yourself for battle. You feel like, okay, I got to get all these swords I can get. I got to take them away from this enemy. I got to get away from, the area. I've got to fortify myself. I've got to take these wands here, and I've got to get myself ready to fight off things. So I think you guys have been kind of wounded in the past. You've felt very, very used, abused, just not very good at all. We have lots of 7 and 9 energies here, though. Here's the Nine of Wands. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. We've got the Seven of Wands. We've got the Seven of Swords. So it's lots of sevens and nine energies. There's the Nine of Cups. So lots of that. And the sevens, I always kind of almost feel like they deal with work and preparedness and dealing with things, because you can see the seven of coins here where he's been working really hard getting his harvest. These sevens, you've been preparing yourself. These sevens, he's been doing this work taking his swords. So the sevens are all kind of about that kind of energy of working and getting through and doing the kinds of things you need to do there. And then the nines are a little bit more of a completion or almost completion energy. Like this nine, okay, he's still kind of doing some work here, but most of the work's almost done now. He's tying off the last of the rope. He's put his scarecrow here. He's able to scare off the bad guys. This nine, she's got all of her nines, stacked up there. She's kind of ready to party some. She's kind of being more relaxed. We've got this Nine of Pentacles where the harvest is pretty much in, the pentacles have grown, the work has been done, and now they're able. It's also kind of a spiritual energy too, so I think spiritually all have been kind of growing, but I feel like you've had this energy in the past. You feel like you've had to defend yourself. You feel like you've had to put up the barriers, put up the defenses and what you need to do. But I think now you guys have done that, okay? You've put up your barriers, your defenses, you've fought the battles, you've done what you needed to do, but now we need to move more into this more completion energy of, okay, you've done that, but now it's time to outgrow that part of it, and it's time to move more into the spiritual energy, because then we've got this Two of Cups cards that is almost equivalent to the lovers coming together in a joint partnership. And look at how happy this couple is. Two is a partnership, it's coming together. So I see that you might have a partnership or somebody that's going to come along that you're truly going to love and be happy with. It's not going to be this other energy that you've been feeling all along here, because we have two other cards that go along with that so well too. You have the Queen of Pentacles. That's you. That's the queen. She deals with health and finances and the body and earthly things, but also emotionally, being the queen, she's in charge of everything. So emotionally, she's hit the pinnacle of where she needs to be. You've reached the queenly status. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl, but you've reached that status of being on top now, and you're going to have this thing. And then the Sun card, that's the ultimate joy card. That's the ultimate reaching of your full heart's desires and being nurtured and loved and feeling youthful and feeling the earth's abundance and what this life has to give for you. That's the ultimate reaching of that. And so I feel like that is where the future is going. That's where you're headed, is the ultimate feeling of pure joy and what this earth can provide for you and what it can give for you, because of all of this other learning and other things that you've done in the past. You've got that coming forward to you now. You've done all the work, you've done the hard work, you've put up your defenses. It's time to start bringing those down a little bit. It's time to move into this emotional fulfillment type of energy rather than the defensive energy. You've defended yourself from things that you've needed to, and that's fine, but now it's time to move more into this other energy. We do have some oracle cards here, and let's see if we can pull any other messages. Community. Okay, that's it's another seven energy. You have lots of sevens here. And with community, that's really important, because learn to pull in the people that mean a lot to you, your family, your friends, whatever, your church group, your religious group, your hobby, whatever it is, your Facebook groups, whatever. Learn to pull that in, uh, and take advantage of that community feeling, because they've been able to help you through all of these sevens, preparing yourself and whatever, but they also have some good insights and thoughts for you. So take that from them and utilize that to pull into this other emotional things that's in store for you. Okay. We have a few charms here. Let's see if we can pull out any few other ideas here, a few other things that might be useful. Okay, we have a wheat penny. Oh, Pegasus. That's beautiful. And oh, a Santa Claus. That's awesome. And a T, so that could stand for you or teamwork or some other type of thing. Oh, see, now we got the two of hearts. Once again, we got the two of cups cards. So, see, I see a future coming together here, and the two of diamonds. And so a two is another coming together. And it's a pentacle card, so it deals, we've had a few other pentacle cards here, which could deal with your finances and other stuff, but I also feel like it's just your health, your emotional health. Being a two, it's another coming together energy, it's another bringing together energy. Then we have the eight, jack, and queen of spades. Spades energies all deal with your intellect and your ideas and your knowledge and your power. And so I kind of see the jack and the queen and even the eight in this case as all being signs to take over that power that these have given you. This experiences in the past have given you a certain type of power that it's now time to take charge of and be that queen, because we have the queen over here of pentacles, but then we also have the queen of spades. So we have two different queens energy, which they're on top of it. Okay, they're very smart, they're intellectual, they know what they need, they know what to go after, and that kind of thing, and that's where y'all need to be at this point. We do have a wheat penny here, which I always kind of see as abundance. And so, since this is a love reading, I could see you can be full of a lot of abundance in love. I could see you having the richness and the fulfillment of that. And I think that's where the community card and these other and the sun card, I think those all kind of go in with that together. And then of course Pegasus is just living free, and of course we got Santa Claus, and Santa Claus is the ultimate, you know gifts and joy, and just pretty much, he kind of represents the best of mankind, giving freely. You all need to give freely of your love. Okay, get out of this other energy. Make sure you give freely of your love. Be free in that with the Pegasus. Fly into the clouds. Be magical. Be spiritual. Give out this love freely, because that's where the sun energy and these two energies are coming in for you. Okay, so definitely, I think you got great things coming. I'm so happy and excited for you. Uh, you've gone through it, and now you're ready, and that's awesome. Okay, I think that's all we have for pile 2 today. Remember to give the video a thumbs up. Watch any other piles. Look at our other videos. We have lots of timeless readings out there. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon. We'll see you in the future. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading, and let's see what we have in store for upcoming for you in love. All right, we have the Devil and the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, lots of Wands energy. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, my goodness, lots of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, wowzers, the World card, and the 6 of Swords. Okay, lots of stuff going on here. Let's see. Let me kind of organize these just a little bit here. See how the energies flow here. Okay, first of all, we got this 5 of Pentacles cards. And this card always represents kind of a sadness, or that things aren't going quite as well. as you would like, or that kind of thing. And I feel like maybe that has been the case, that you guys have just been kind of sad, uh, just not feeling extremely very happy as far as your love life goes. Okay? I feel like maybe you just kind of feel lonely, maybe, or that things just haven't been the best and that kind of thing. But you guys are full of passion and fire. And I mean, these wands cards, there are so many of them. It's incredible. We have the ace, which is, beginnings and new. We have the three, which is a creative energy and ready to go out and, go on the adventure of what's been planted in the past. We have the seven, which is building up and dealing with what needs to be, done, putting in the hard work basically. And we've got the eight, which is almost, in this particular eight, it's almost dealing with any kind of having pretty much, okay, things are just flying at you all over, uh, maybe even by surprise. A lot of quickly moving energies. I see a lot of quickly moving energy here with the eight. But then we have the 10 and the king and the page. The page is very much bringing new ideas, new thoughts, new things. I think you guys are going to have some new ideas about love. I think there's some new energies going on, and I think it's going to be really fast. It's going to be a really, really fast whirlwind type of thing for you guys. Uh, Three is also a creative number. We got the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Threes are creative numbers, and they're also kind of knowledgey numbers. They're also, wow. I just almost feel like you have an earthly passions and desires, but you're impulsive, and you have lots of fire and spirit and other things in your nature so much that I think what's coming forward and coming to is going to be very passionate. And the devil card kind of almost shows that too. The devil sometimes will show our type of, some people see it as temptations or things that maybe we shouldn't do, but I also kind of see it as this energy of, I mean, look, he's got all this fire energy around him, or her actually in this case, and she's full of all this energy, and she's got it's almost Isis type of energy here, and there's a balance between male and female here, but there's this fiery energy going on. So I feel like there's going to be this fiery, passionate thing going on between you and whoever it is that's coming into your life here. Uh, we've got the Six of Swords, which have shown maybe some hardships, some battles, and I think that might go with this five here. That, okay, we've dealt with some bad things. We've got all these swords here, but we're going on to new lands and new things, and I think that's where all of these wands cards are coming from, and they culminate with the king, who's on top of it all. But the king's also a very fiery, passionate. That you've got somebody very fiery and passionate coming into your life. They might be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries types of energies, that kind of thing, but you're going to feel like you've been given the world with them. You're going to feel like they're going to fulfill every want and wish in your life that you could possibly think of when they're around. Whether or not that's true or not, there may be some illusions involved with that. Because of these creative energies and some other stuff, it might be more of an illusion than what we think of. Not sure about that, or it may be a true wonderful romance. But I feel like there's going to be this fiery passion and things coming at you very, very quickly, and it's going to happen faster than you possibly could have imagined, and that kind of thing. And it will fuel fires and energies within you as well. It'll make you feel very passionate and impulsive, and doing things you wouldn't normally have done. It's going to put you in, you're going to be with somebody or in situations where, like, wow, I never would have thought I would have went that direction, but wow, what a ride. Well, wow, this has been, really something new and different and exciting. And it's going to take you to places that you've maybe never been before, or that you would never have seen yourself doing, and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm kind of seeing, is just this whole whirlwind, fiery, passionate, hugely fast energies coming. All right, we do have some oracle cards here. Let's see if we've got any other messages that might be useful to some of y'all here. Oh, a couple of them flipped over here. Oh, three, a little more normal, but let's see what it has to say. All right, we have our first chakra, our sixth and fifth chakras. So, wow, we got some chakras going on here. Okay, our first one is our basest instincts, is our root chakra, but it deals a lot with our energies, of what we need from this earth and from the ground, things like money and food and that kind of thing. Then we have the fifth chakra, that is communications and our self-expression, our intuition, our imagination. So once again, we have lots of imagination things going on here. And then we have the sixth chakra, which is our third eye, or seeing the big picture. So I'm seeing that because we have all this passionate, fiery energy going on, it's probably going to activate some of these chakras and some of these things. Don't forget to speak up for yourself. Okay? I think that's really important with the throat chakra and communication. But use your intuition and your imagination with this, because be imaginative, because I think that's going to be really, really important. Like I said, I think you guys are going to feel like you're going to be doing some things that maybe you've not done in the past or thought you would do. So use your imagination to help out with this, because I think that that's really important here. Our first chakra is our root, and kind of just deep down, um, and be grounded. So I think it might be important to be kind of grounded with this energy and not fly off into the clouds too much, which I really don't see that with these cards that much, but some of you might need to hear that even though this is going to be kind of a whirlwind, imaginative, thing going on, that you try to stay grounded during all of it. And then also we're going to get a lot of wisdom and be able to see the big picture, to use that, utilize it. It's there. Metatron is there for you to help you with that. See the big picture. Don't get bogged down in small little details, because I think you'll be able to enjoy this a whole lot more if you do. I think if you can see everything that's going on and not just one small piece at a time, it's going to totally fill you up and spur the imagination, because this is so full of imagination. It's incredible. We do have a few charms here. Let's see if we can pull an extra couple of messages and see if there's anything else out there that might be useful. Okay. Oh, I love that we got the little crescent moon and the reindeer and the kitty and the 7 of diamonds and the 3 of clubs, and we have a hacksaw. Okay. I see the hacksaw as building, because you use it to cut wood, and once again, another creative, wood to me symbolizes a lot of the wand's energy. And so I'm almost seeing, utilizing that again. Use your imagination to create things, because you can create a lot with that. And the 3 of Wands also would do that as well, because it's another 3 energy. We've got 2 3 of Wands here. I think that energy is just great, because I love threes. Threes are like my favorite number in the whole world, but they're also very creative, and this is probably one of the most creative things I can think of. And so use your creative imagination for this that's coming for you. I just keep hearing that over and over again, because we've also got the moon, which moon is full of emotions and love energy, and so that's awesome that it's there. We also have the kitty, which we had a kitty in another reading, but this is a different kitty. This one, I see this as a very self assured kitty, one that's going along just happy go lucky and knows all about himself and is feeling good about themselves. And it's almost got the Cheshire cat type of grin, so it's almost, uh, you know, I know, I've had a very, very good time kind of kitty so here. So, and I think that that's kind of what's going on here with you guys. We also have the reindeer, which is another Christmassy energy, but it's also kind of a magical, reindeers can fly and reach out and do magical things. And so once again, your imagination I think has a lot to do with this, and I think it'll help you soar and fly. And we also have the seven of diamonds, which is another earthly. I think you guys kind of need to stay down to earth a little bit with this, but also let your imagination flow. So kind of do a little bit of both. We do have a seven, which sevens can really sometimes there are a lot of upheaval and all that, so I think that goes along with something hitting you very quickly or very fast and that kind of thing. But they also are a very intelligent type of energy because they've gone through a lot already and they're heading towards the completion and fulfillment of the eights and nines and tens. So I think that you guys are ready for this big whirlwind thing that's going on and this big huge thing that's going to happen. I don't know what it is for sure that's going to happen, but it's a big whirlwind thing. So that is what's going on there with that. I don't think we have much else for pile 3 today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with family and friends. Hit the like button for sure. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. And also check out our other videos on the channel because we have several other timeless readings. And we'll see you for any other readings. Bye bye. Hello, Pile 4, and welcome to your next in love reading. Let's find out what's in store for you guys. We have the King of Swords. Ooh, the Ten of Cups. Love that card. The Four of Wands. The Wheel. Oh, wow. Okay. The Fool, or Traveler as I like to call him, or Adventurer. The Page of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups again. Oh my goodness gracious. Awesome. The Hierophant. Temperance. The Eight of Pentacles. Again, wow, two of those. Awesome. And the King of Swords again. Wow, you guys had lots of double energies here. Okay. Well, right off the bat, I am seeing some very, with the Page and the King of Swords here, I see that you have somebody in your life who might be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini who's very important to you, but or if you don't already have them, they're coming soon. But they don't have to be, but that's the energy I'm kind of getting from this. But I feel like there is somebody out there who is going to make you feel very stable, happy, give you, take you on maybe some adventures, but more than anything else, I feel like it's somebody who is going to, if you're with somebody now, because I feel like some of you already have somebody and you're not really going to necessarily have anybody new, that you're just going to have a wonderful, happy home life. We've got the Four of Wands here, which, they've built this wonderful treehouse. We've got the father with the little girl. They've built this wonderful family thing together. We've got the Ten of Cups twice, which shows this family with all these cups and rainbows in the air and flowers, and they're dancing and they're in the fields, and they're just a loving, happy, wonderful family. And if those of you who don't have that yet, I see that's probably something coming for some of you, I feel like you're already in this type of energy already, and that you already are starting to feel, or at least heading that direction. You're with somebody who makes you feel very secure. That's where these Eight of Pentacles come in. These eight cards, Pentacles especially, is they've worked hard, they've built up some resources, and now they're kind of stable. And I feel like that is where you guys are feeling secure. Okay, you feel secure in whatever relationship that you're in, or one that is coming towards you. What's next if you don't have one already? And that's also where the Temperance card comes in, because I think this person, they're very, it's probably the most stable card in the deck, and it's very much, going from one cup to the other. They're in the water, they're on earth, they're grounded, they've got a little bit of both energies. This person is going to complete you and make you feel very balanced, very happy, emotionally happy, fulfilled, and stable. Like, I keep hearing the word stable, as that's what keeps coming into my head here, is you're going to feel very grounded and stable with this person. And we do have the adventurer card here, so even though you feel very grounded and stable, I do feel like have you're going to maybe almost feel like you go off a cliff when you get this person, if you don't already have them, or when you did find them. You kind of almost felt like you were going off of a cliff. You were taking a leap of faith. You were doing something you weren't sure of, but it felt right at the time, and so you just did it, or you're getting ready to go do it. And in some cases I think it's the past, some cases I think it's the future. I think it depends on who's listening to this reading here. But that's where these King of Swords energies lie as well. They are a very stable energy. We also have the Wheel, which there's a time for everything. And the wheel turns, the wheel of life. You go through all the different energies of life and all the different things, but that's also a very balanced energy as well. It's very much, you go through all the seasons of life with this person. So I feel like this is going to be a very long-term, stable relationship. Somebody you're going to be with for a very long time. You're going to experience the ups and downs of life, go through, almost become wiser and older with them, and get the stability that you need. It's going to be a very stable, loving, emotionally fulfilling, long-term relationship. Okay, so if you're not already in this relationship, it's coming in the future, hopefully relatively soon for most of you. But I do feel like it's going to be something very long-term, very stable, very emotionally fulfilling. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Because it just is, it's so cool, because two Ten of Cups cards and two Eight of Pentacles, I feel like the reward you're going to feel in your heart is going to be really wonderful. I feel like it's something that you're just going to feel very, very happy with. You will go through the ups and downs of life, and the cycle of life, and the circle of life, because you can't be happy every moment of every day all the time. But all in all, as a whole, it's going to be a very stable, fulfilling kind of thing. We do have some oracle cards here. I'm going to see if there's any other messages, because I really feel like there's two groups of people listening to this. That there's going to be, somebody that's already in this relationship. Maybe you just weren't sure of what was going on, or maybe you haven't been in it very long, or maybe you've been in it a while and you just weren't sure, hey, what's happening here. But I feel like, journey. And look at this, it's a long journey, and it's a rainbow journey, and they're going across this bridge. And this is a long journey, and it's also the Two, which is a coming together energy of a couple and together. You guys are going to be in a very strong partnership where you guys go on the journey of life together. I really feel like that is where this whole thing is going. So either you're in this relationship now, and that's just what's happening along the way, that you're going to be in this longer journey, or you haven't met this person yet, but you're going to, and it's going to be a very long life type of journey, and it's going to be wonderfully fulfilling, and you're going to go and see, go through life together, basically. We do have a few charms here. I'm going to see if there's any other messages. It's interesting. This is the only one that actually felt like I had messages for two different groups of people. So we'll see what else we have here. Oh, we got tennis rackets, which you play with two people generally or couples. And, so once again, I see this as, you're going through, back and forth together and being together because you have to have two people or four people to play tennis. And then we've got find joy in the journey. Oh, that is so beautiful because we have the journey card here. So find joy in the journey. If you haven't been feeling the joy with this relationship that you have, or if you're worried about what is coming forward, enjoy it unfolding. Enjoy the relationship as it unfolds because all of life's, even what we might consider meaningless or small moments, all add up into a wonderful, beautiful mosaic and picture. If you took this picture and you cut it up into 100 different pieces, each piece in itself might be kind of boring, or you may not be able to see much out of it, or it may not look like much. But once you put all of the pieces together, look how beautiful this picture is. It's got beautiful colors in it, it's got beautiful symbolism in it. And that's true for our lives as well. And so that's something I want you guys to enjoy the journey as you go along and enjoy each of those individual moments because that is what life is truly all about. We also have two sixes, which are wonderful family energies and loving, caring, healing type of energies, emotional and also with what we feel in our hearts and our passions and what we care about. So I feel like those are definitely family oriented. So once again, this is a whole family unit thing that you're creating and building together. And we also have the Eight of Spades, which it's the ace. And so it's a new ideas, it's new beginnings, new starts. And so for some of you, like I said, once again, I think that this is just a budding thing or will be very soon. Uh, and it's a new change. But your mind, it might be something that comes out of thin air, basically. Okay. We also have a Y, which for some reason, as soon as I saw that, I thought of happy. I have no clue why, but maybe it's because it's the end of it. And we also have Hechuan Mano, or helping hand. So I see that for some of you, along with this six energy here for sure, is give a helping hand to others as well, others in your community and along your journey, because I think that will help with this whole feeling of love and things that are coming in your life because it's part of who we are and whatever. And I think that that's something, I think somebody might give you a helping hand. That might be the next love for some of you. They might reach out to you and give you a helping hand, and then that is how all of this culminates into the next thing. So that's something to think about. This Y also might be an initial of somebody. I think of things like Jaeger and Yoder and Yates and those kinds of last names, so it might be something like that. So we have these kinds of energy, and I just love this one especially. Find the joy in the journey. That's a beautiful sentiment, and I think that is where you guys need to go and enjoy each of these moments in your life and who you're with and what you can get from each individual thing going along the way. And if you haven't got that person in your life yet, enjoy the journey to getting them and finding them, because that will also help with that as well, because once they come along, you'll be able to appreciate it that much more because of the journey to find them and to get them. Okay, I think that's all we have for Pile 4 today. If you like the reading, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel. Look at our other videos. We have several other timeless readings out there that might interest you, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye-bye.